Looks like this pipe goes in. It's leaking through an O-ring right here.
What does this pipe do? Is it for the dry sump? Kind of like a...
It's like oil.
Well, yeah, it's oil, but...
Let me do the taste. Yeah, that's antifreeze. Oh my, it's all these screws are wet.
Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube, and I am so happy that my cheap Iron Man spec Audi R8 is back home in Kansas. No, it wasn't a dream. I did find this for less than a fully loaded Toyota Camry in Arizona and bought it, and it drove wonderfully despite the check engine light, the oil leak, some other issues. And I fell in love. I came home missing the car already and doing all the research I could about it, watching all the videos, all the movies, all the music videos this car was in, and it reminded me of what was probably the funniest car commercial for a Super Bowl of all time. Back in 2008, a spoof of The Godfather. Take a look at this. So you remember this pretty iconic scene in The Godfather to intimidate a rival. They gave him a little gift that he woke up in the morning with. They may have even got the same actor for this, which is pretty crazy. So instead of blood from a horse's head, it's motor oil. And his beloved Rolls Royce-ish has been murdered. And who's the culprit? The Audi R8. Old luxury just got put on notice. And it's the same spec, the Iron Man spec. I think it was in 17 again with Zac Efron when he still had all the hair and yeah, all kinds of music videos. This was the car to have in 2008-9. We want to talk about the car to have in the late 2000s. Volkswagen probably had both of the Bugatti Veyron, but it was over $1 million. This, a little over $100,000, and you got a 420 horsepower V8, which, speaking of all the research I did, I knew before I bought it, I needed to check to make sure it didn't have any timing chain rattle, that the clutch felt okay. And I do remember the air conditioning being a big gotcha on these things, an engine out in some cases to replace the AC compressor, so I did make sure the air conditioning worked. But in my research, I didn't know about frame cracking on these things, which can happen on the front suspensions. So I was very concerned as I was waiting for the car to show up if it had a cracked frame in the front, similar to what Sam Crack dealt with 7-8 years ago, I think, on his Audi R8. He kind of welded it back up. But there's definitely a reason. The only reason a dealer would dump a car like this at a wholesale auction as is if there's something seriously wrong with it. So that is what we're going to find out today at the Car Wizards. Now that it's here and I've already bought it, I'm doing the post-sale inspection thing, which is very dumb to do, but it's the way I do things. And the Car Wizard, well, he loves the results because he's a wealthy man.
Wizard! What? Why are you kicking it?
Oh,
Hello!
I didn't know you got the Bugatti wrapped in silver.
It's an Audi R8.
Oh,
You can tell them apart.
I know.
But why are you kicking the Touareg that you bought from me?
Well, put a bunch of time and money into it, and parts, just to find out that, as far as the engine's concerned, there's almost unavailability. I want to like it, but it's just very angry.
No part support and very needy.
Very needy.
Well, I dodged a bullet. Thank you so much for jumping on that grenade and giving me some money to buy this.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So because I bought that, you were able to buy that?
Well, kind of, because I didn't have to pay the bills. But yeah, 2008 R8, which is good because it generates more work for you. Here, go ahead. Let's take it for a spin. I'll let you drive.
All right.
There's some bits of trim. You know, I've taken these real carbon fiber side mirror covers off, but yeah, it's a little loose down there because the hood latch doesn't work for the bonnet.
Okay.
And then look at this fun stuff. Somebody had a V10 engine cover on this thing.
It's totally not a V10.
It's a V8.
I heard it when it came up. Yeah.
Yes, the V8 sounds so much better, I think.
The gauges look just like that S6 I had. Remember that?
Very close. Yeah, same stereo as well. It's
same stuff.
Same stuff, just in a fun mid-engine V8 sports car platform. You know, yeah, put it in sport. It is their E-Gear, the R8.
R8?
Yeah.
Same thing as E-Gear. Look, it's the check engine light.
That came on about 10 minutes into the journey.
Of course it did.
It also has an oil leak. It has a few rattles. And I'm worried about the frame because
Yeah.
the frame can crack on these things.
Oh, in the
hit
front?
a pothole, yeah.
Yeah.
But it drives good. Well, go ahead, hit it.
Make sure no one's coming down the road there. Shifts good.
Not bad for a flappy paddle gearbox.
No.
I'm curious if you're able to do a clutch snap easily on these things, but it seems like it's a strong clutch. And, you know, it's not annoying as far as the shifts. It's not like a laggy, you know, bad robot.
Normally I would say it feels very quick, very fast, but your Bugatti ruined me on that.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that this is fast after you've ridden in a Veyron.
The Veyron and the Plaid are just such a different level of speed, yeah, that everything feels slow. But we were able to rip through the gears, you heard red line, all that stuff, and we were going maybe 60. It was fun.
It was fun, but it wasn't like we're doing 160
Right,
that fast.
Exactly. So the air conditioning works, which is nice. All the climate control, the heated seats. It used to be where when the AC compressor went out on these, you had to pull the engine out, but somebody's figured out how to do it without pulling the engine out.
Yeah.
I think they still do it at the dealer though, or charge the 40 hours for an AC compressor job.
I did a Gallardo compressor with the engine in the car. I don't know if it's the same situation. It was a V10.
It's the V8s only for whatever reason on these things. But yeah, the suspension, everything feels like it's tracking okay as far as we're hoping. No frame cracks.
It feels good.
Yeah. And 85,000 miles.
That's all, huh?
Well, that's a lot for an R8.
It's
But
yeah, I guess so. Are these all-wheel drive?
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably not gonna do a burnout. It's fishtail.
One more rip and then Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
It sounds great, man.
Yeah, the V8 sounds so good.
It really does.
It's super windy today, so there's a lot of wind noise, but yeah, the thing rides smooth, tracks well. I'm pretty happy, but that could all change. The oil leak I'm worried about.
Yeah, we'll definitely need to get in the shop and see what's going on with that. Man, it's got like a really bad crackle finish on it.
Yeah, it needs to be sanded and re-cleared, but I kind of like the patina R8 motif though.
Oh, you're going for that?
You know, little scratches, dings here and there. Obviously, I don't want the interior all exploded apart, but they did that so you could pop the bonnet because the handle's totally gone.
Wow.
But yeah, look at the wheel caps. They're kind of fading in a weird way, especially here in the front.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
But
showing the white plastic underneath.
A lifelong California car. And the nice thing about California is they don't have the worst roads and potholes and all that stuff. Where the Germans just never imagined that people... That's a fun noise.
Nice.
Huh. I don't think the Germans ever imagined that people wouldn't maintain their roads. So same with BMW. Potholes and things, they have the subframe tears on their aluminum cars like the Z8. And same with the R8. So underneath this is something that I should have checked before I bought it, is where the shocks mount. And it can break away and tear the frame.
Let's see if we can get this cover off and take a peek underneath.
Yeah.
What is that little thing? Oh, that's a little fan or something.
Little squirrel fan for something. Oh, the tire inflator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emergency tire inflator. And some goo to put in there. Because there's no spare in these.
Right.
Battery hides right here. It's 5 years old. And an empty first aid kit, so...
Somebody must have gotten hurt.
Exactly. Okay. That's a start. Unfortunately, it looks like this is the last one to go in, so that and that to get to that.
Yep, it's a little sequence.
Oh yeah, there we go. Hey, that went in the right spot.
Yeah, this is where I wanted it anyway. Flying everywhere.
Pop, go the weasel. Is not liking the wipers there, but can we see? Okay, So yeah, we do get a good look right at this failure point. Is right here where this seam is.
And that's where they crack.
That's where they crack. That is factory. That side is looking really good.
Let's check the other side.
Okay. Driver's side. Oh, a little bit covered up by stuff. The wiper motor. So it's hard to see. But I can get behind it maybe. Yep, there's the nice seam there. And it is not cracked. For reference, I'll show you one that is cracked and what it looks like in comparison. It can be really scary. Sometimes they're little, just hairline cracks going up, and some have actually expanded and starting to pull away. So, good news there. It's structurally sound.
That is very good news.
Yes. So I guess the only other mysteries are the oil leak and the check engine light, which I wonder, are you able to open the bonnet? Apparently that's why they had this loose. It's because they needed to get to the cable.
Handle's gone.
Mm-hmm. This is all this crazy aftermarket stereo, which in the back here is this very goofy subwoofer.
Got that out of the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is the first time for me.
It's always first time's always good.
What was it?
There was no safety catch.
Oh, I just wasn't pulling up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm in. It has the low coolant light when I take a turn, and it has a pretty beefy oil leak, but not really anything I'm seeing on top here.
An oil leak, we'll have to get it up in the air, but there's our cool. I don't want to open the coolant thing with the engine hot, but
no.
When it's cooled down, I bet it's just a little low.
Yeah, and then power steering on this side. This isn't dry sump like a Gallardo, or is it? There's the fill there.
Yeah, it is. There's the.
Okay.
There's the tank there.
Nice. But I wonder what this big blue cable that is definitely not Audi factory, what that is doing and going to.
It does look factory. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Why would they do blue and route it to? Why would they do blue and route it in such a funny way?
With zip ties.
Yeah. I don't know if that's for the stereo or not. Wait, you just moved it a lot.
Yeah, it goes down below somewhere. It's got the Mansory zip ties on it.
Wizard.
Well, we would definitely probably be able to see it from the bottom.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. It goes. So there's some blue down there.
Oh, you're right.
It goes down to there somewhere.
Interesting. Okay. Well, while we have this off, I guess I can put my V10 engine cover back on.
I don't even know where they would have.
Right there. Yeah, it's this snap-in thing. That's the way to up-badge your R8. Beautiful. I can't do it with one hand, but...
I can. I always do it one-handed.
Very nice. Mm-hmm. That needs to go back to a V8 badge, but I guess they peeled it off, or at least tried to. Interesting. Yeah, all the carbon fiber around here looks really nice. A really pretty engine bay presentation, I think, actually.
Yeah, it actually looks really good. It does.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wonder what it'll look like underneath.
Let's find out.
While we're putting the covers back on, Danielson's gonna pull codes. You like my sub there?
No, this thing is... Oh my goodness, it looks like a microwave plate.
I didn't think of that. But that is very, very 2008. Something to do back there. Put a subwoofer right behind your head, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Let's check for codes.
Okay. Don't mind all the plastic bits all over the place. Interior trim. High mileage, but gentle California climate really helps with the plastics as far as, stuff just not exploding on contact. The extreme heat and cold and stuff making things so brittle.
Mm-hmm. It's still pliable.
It still feels new. Or it could just be a brand new Tesla and just blow apart in your hand from the factory,
like
right?
Your Cybertruck, it was leaking windshield washer fluid down all into the electronics and things.
Yeah. Yes, well, then he tried to pull the cabin filter,
it just
and
snapped.
it just snapped on a brand new Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you just got to give it a little extra ugga-dugga, but yeah, these mirrors
covers had to come off.
Is that
Absolutely.
like the whole Madonna thing?
Oh my, Wizard.
That's inappropriate touching.
Thought we were past that. There we go.
Is this a flooded car?
No. Why?
So all these faults. Look at that, it's all red.
It was actually off for about 10 minutes. From when I bought it from the dealer. It has a PPF on it too, and sadly it's starting to peel away here on the door. The PPF's kind of falling apart, unfortunately.
Get Mrs. Wizard to do the...
No. What are you seeing?
Okay, so we have some P0421s. Wizard knows those very well. Some catalytic converters.
Is it efficiency codes?
Mm-hmm.
Bad cats.
Hmm.
What else is there?
A fuel trim, bank 1, system 2 lean.
Okay.
Could be a vacuum leak.
Evap emission,
Oh,
small leak.
here we go again. Deja vu. There's a very big leak on the Bugatti. Or is the purge valve?
The purge valves.
The other one, oh no, that's when we fixed it.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay,
we
yeah,
fixed
yeah.
it with purge valves, but it had an evap emissions leak causing the check engine light. I had low coolant where it just needed to be topped off. Didn't have an oil leak though. This one has an oil leak. Let me, I guess I'll pull in here. Oh, you need that.
Yes.
Right there?
That'll be good.
There's... Now it's floating like Iron Man.
Flying in the air.
What an amazing film.
It's going up just like the prices of the repairs on this thing.
Yeah, wonderful. In we go. The mystery of the blue wire is one thing.
I have another mystery, and I always love a fake hole.
What do you mean?
Look.
Oh,
Look in
there's light coming through. So the dual tip exhaust is single.
Yeah, so this has got soot. What?
Yeah.
Nothing on this one. It doesn't even, it's just an open hole.
You think that's because of the aftermarket exhaust, or did Audi do that? Same on that side?
Yeah, same thing.
Interesting.
I think it has aftermarket exhaust. You know what? It had the issue with the check engine light with the cats. I wonder if it even has any.
Well, it was in California all of its life before this, so I would assume it does because it needed to pass smog and all that stuff. I hope so. Jeez. But that could explain why they wanted to get rid of it and it was dumped at auction.
Could be.
Because of that. So I guess that's hiding underneath here. But what's not hiding is the oil leak. Yeah, that's a messy pan there.
It looks like it's coming somewhere. Oh, looks like this pipe goes in. It's leaking through an O-ring right here.
What does this pipe do? Is it for the dry sump? Kind of like a...
It's like oil.
Well, yeah, it's oil, but it's kind of a hard metal line going from maybe the tank, the oil tank, or what? Wait, what's that up there? Is it going up or is it going down?
This big pipe goes up into the engine right here.
Okay. So
But
that's
definitely
that's
leaking
going
right
up
there.
and lubricating.
Yeah, and it's blowing.
Ah. Well, that looks really easy to reach as far as the little seal
It does.
there, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Uh-oh. I
What?
see shiny.
Oh, is that like AC condensation?
It's like pink colored.
Oh, that's coolant, huh?
Let me do the taste. Yeah, that's antifreeze. Oh my, it's all these screws are wet.
Oh, those are really wet. Oh, it keeps going and going and going. So obviously all the cooling and the radiator stuff's up front, and then it goes back to the V8. So there's something going on there.
There's some dollar signs adding up too.
Oh, crap. All right, and since it is all-wheel drive, you do have a front differential, but I guess we gotta pull some underbody panels to see what's going on.
Yeah, we'll pull this one and the ones in the back. Maybe we'll be able to see that blue cable, what it goes to, and also look at your exhaust too.
All right, down we go. And it's looking dry here in the front half, Wizard.
Yeah, it's wet right here. I think we need to pull this center plate off.
Whoa.
There's something wet going on in the middle there.
That's a lot of bolts.
Definitely is. I'll show you what we found down here.
Oh, okay.
So Danielson had removed this panel, and this thing just kind of in my face.
Really?
Yeah, but it's just taped off wires. We don't know what it went to.
Weird. So it just has an appendix dongle of some kind.
Maybe it went to a rear radar sensor, is what Danielson thought, or...
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Who knows?
Well, I don't think I need it anymore.
No?
So that was just hiding...
Yeah, it was right up in there, and we pulled the panel off, and you know...
Well, can you see anything else in that hole?
I can see aftermarket exhaust.
Ooh, that looks pretty. Yeah.
It does have the cats.
Okay.
Right here.
Yep. So there's old-looking catalytic converters.
I think that they're bad.
Okay.
But that's pretty much all that's going on back here. Our leak is that little O-ring back here. We need to get this center panel off and see where the coolant's coming from. Whew.
Arm workout?
Just having my arms up like that. Yep.
A little coolant on that one?
Yeah, I don't know about coolant on that one.
Very heavy.
Alright. Down she goes. And we have a lot of fun stuff. A drive shaft. How beefy is that drive shaft, Wizard? It looks like it's got a little extra schmutz on it, huh?
Yeah, there's an auxiliary pump there. There's some coolant coming out of here, these welds.
What?
Look at that, Daniel. The welds.
So that hard metal pipe?
Yeah, the spot welds are leaking. On that one, anyway.
I don't even want to know how much that costs.
I think that's it, and it's just leaking all into that pan.
And look at routing it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my.
Engine out.
No, but it's... Getting that around the front diff's going to be fun.
Let me look at the actual tray.
At least it unplugs right here. As far as the clamps.
So it's coming right here on this. It's on this edge right here, towards the back, and just filling up. So I think it is that weld on the pipe. Everything else seems dry. There's some spray. You see the spatter, like it's been getting on the girthy shaft there.
Right.
It's only right here. Up here, the shaft is clean.
Is that even something that's gettable?
We could just JB weld it. That's what everybody else does. I don't think it would hold.
Oh, yep. There. So there's the end of the pipe.
Yeah.
Up. And holy crap! That can't be one pipe.
It is.
From here, all the way to here, with all those bends.
Yeah, you can see it goes up and around and over and down. They put that in while this was all apart and put it all together and covered it up.
Oh no! No!
Yeah, that's not good.
No. I wonder if you can just cut it there and put a hose with a clamp on each
We
side.
actually probably could. We really could.
That would be a lot smarter, I feel like.
Yeah.
Is that we have a, yeah, like just like that, right here.
They did it up here. Why can't we do it up here? Yeah.
Yes, obviously that's moving and flexing a little bit, but yeah, why not?
I think we can do that. Let's check
Okay.
your brakes.
Yeah.
The pads are about half gone, but oh man, that lip, feel it.
Oh. So those are some old rotors. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna need some rotors, and might as well do the pads.
Mm.
Struts aren't leaking. I know from driving it, it drives nice and tight.
Yes, everything feels good suspension-wise.
Definitely.
Brakes feel good too, but
Yeah, so definitely brakes up front. Man, this thing keeps in my face all the time.
I'm sorry. What's this? Oh, it came off of there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time I turn around, there it is. So these feel much better. You can feel that.
Good.
And the pads are fairly thick, so I would say just pads up front, pads and rotors.
Yeah, and the
Probably be
suspension all looks nice.
Yep.
The boots on the axles all look nice. That gentle California climate. Although your Touareg came from gentle California, and it does look nice underneath, but
It does.
But got a few more issues. That coolant pipe's fun.
Yeah. Here's your AC compressor. Right here.
Yeah. That does not look like it's fun to reach.
No.
Well, I'm curious what that pipe costs, even if it's available, along with everything else to fix. But before we sit down in the office and you kick me in the nuts, there's the other cars here to peruse. So I had the 49 Cadillac over at the hangar.
Yeah.
And it didn't make it over to Hoovie's Garage 3.0. This is like 4 or 5 months ago. And this is the second time where it's cranked and cranked. Well, actually the third time where it doesn't start. It loses prime in the fuel, and it just won't start for me. But it seems to always do it for you when it gets up here.
It did. This third time it finally wouldn't start, and the little booster pump that we put on had died. So we got that replaced, primed the system, it fired right up.
Yeah. Well, I need to decide what to do. If I sell this, my Christine, the 58 Fury, or my 46 Chrysler, which I'm not going to sell the 46 Chrysler. So I need to sell one of them. And I'm leaning towards this one. So I'd like to get
a cool one for somebody to have.
Yeah, I really like it though. It has the 500 cubic inch V8 under the hood, so kind of modern suspension and much newer drivetrain and the comfy seats and air conditioning and all that stuff. So it's kind of an old resto mod. Somebody built it probably in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, I don't know, but the air conditioning, it wasn't working last time I drove it. So was that a...
We actually found the back plate of the compressor, which just had an O-ring that was leaking.
Oh, easy fix. Okay.
We got it fixed already. The AC's working. Everything works on it. It's running, driving, happy again.
So just to clean up, and then
Yep.
I guess I sell it. Yeah, the Saab 957X Aero is sort of waiting its turn, right?
Waiting its turn. It's actually very soon. Today or tomorrow, we're going to start tearing things apart. The oil pan and the front diff, and you've got some plans for it too, don't you?
Well, I don't know what to do with the exhaust because it's leaking
Yeah.
from the headers, and I'd like to do some hot rod stuff, which you do not do, so I don't know. We'll see. But speaking of hot rods, the Evo 10's on the ground. It seems to be on its feet again at the right stance.
Yep, it's almost done. We have some brakes and a few small things to do, and then it's done here.
So I better go shoe shopping for this thing.
Yep.
Some new wheels and tires. That'd be great. And J&J Auto Wrecking apparently got another Evo in with the right seats, so hopefully I can snag those and put this thing totally back. But then there's the cosmetics, and then I'm $30,000 into a $15,000 car. Yay! The usual Hoovie's Garage math. So same with the Hellcat. What are we waiting on here?
J&J parts.
Oh, that's right, for the brakes and suspension and all that stuff.
Finish up some things and the interior, the panels. I think we have the panels, but we're waiting on speakers and some different things.
Okay.
And then we can put those together.
Yeah, and speaking of Chrysler products from different decades, although they're roughly the same size and I guess V8 rear-wheel drive, the Imperial, these hideous headlights.
Those need to go, huh?
They got to go back to the stock sealed beam. And
Okay.
you were telling me that you were struggling with the instrument cluster, which at night I have no lights.
We found it. There's a sensor. You see a little square right there?
Uh-huh.
So when the key's on and the headlights are on, it goes black. And if you shine a light on it, it'll come back to life again. I just need to figure out something to do with that. We actually got your fuel gauge working too.
Oh, really?
Yep, I found a compatible sending unit and modified it to fit this car, and it works.
Very nice. So I'm actually close on this one.
Very close.
We have heat, air conditioning, it drives good.
And we're waiting on some bushings to fix your wipers. All the plastic bushings were shot in there. It was just clunking around. They were barely working.
Great. Okay.
And that's it.
Then I have a nice driver boat here.
Yep.
Frank Sinatra edition. Very cool. And Daniel's son, he's putting the under tray back on the R8.
Don't let that blue thing hit you in the face.
Oh, yes. Well, speaking of blue things, it looks like your crazy creation that's being documented on the Danielson channels all together, huh?
Definitely.
A turbo on the stock 4-cylinder.
Yep.
What's left?
It's running.
Oh,
All I gotta
okay.
do is tune it.
Video coming soon on Danielson's channel?
Video coming soon. Well, it should be out, but yes.
Very good. Okay, well, you have some assembly to do, and I have some office crying to do with the wizard.
Yes. Cry, cry, cry.
Oh boy. When you're watch shopping, I know it's bad, which a Patek Philippe for $41,500?
Yes.
That's almost what the R8 costs entirely for a little thing on your wrist. It is very pretty though. Look at the way they keep time in all the places. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm thinking that I can do it.
Surely not. Please, please no.
Well, we'll get close anyway.
Okay.
So the front brakes, pads, and rotors are $1,100, and the rotors are almost $350 a piece.
That sounds actually better than I thought. Okay, because like Mercedes-AMG rotors can be insane.
Yeah, they can.
That sounds downright reasonable.
Not
Okay.
too bad. And then that pipe O-ring, I think it's an oil pipe. We can do that for probably. We'll include an oil change and the filter and everything, and the labor, $500.
That's okay. This is looking good. Yeah. All right.
And the blue phallus thing that's hanging down.
Oh, the hanger for whatever it is.
Yeah, we can delete that for $75.
Sold.
Trace it all the way up and cut it out.
Please, yes, whatever it is.
The coolant pipe, there's a couple of options. We can replace it with new pipes. It'll be about $800 or $900, or we can just repair the one with like a piece of rubber hose and some clamps for about $200.
I like the $200 fix. I'm worried, because there's a lot of wiggling, jiggling, and flexing in there. So I guess you'll figure out a way to make it okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Well, maybe an extra little wiggle joint wouldn't be a bad thing.
No, I don't think it would be. We could use the little bracket that's there and just attach it with a clamp to the rest of the hose.
Okay. I like the cheap fix. So far, we're looking really good here. I'm liking this a lot. Yeah.
Now, the bad part that's going to help me get that watch is the catalytic converter. I don't remember if it's the left or the right side that said it was bad, but if it's the left, it's going to be $5 to $6 grand. It's 26 hours in labor.
Okay.
Huge.
And how much is the part itself?
A little over $2 grand.
For the catalytic converter?
Yeah, for new ones.
Is it part of the manifold and all that stuff, like all the Volkswagen, Porsche crap?
All molded one piece.
Okay.
If it's the right, it'll be about half of that, $3 grand. Most of it, again, being the catalytic converter.
5 versus 25. Okay, so there must be a lot more going on the left side, because I think 38 hours is engine in and out on the R8.
Yeah.
So 25, we're getting pretty close. Wow. Huh.
So if we do everything and it ends up being the most expensive options, it could be $8 or $9 grand. If we choose some cheaper routes, possibly 6 or 7.
We're not doing the catalytic converters. It can live with the check engine light on for now. So that cuts a big chunk of it out.
Well, how am I going to get the watch?
No, we can do all the other little. I don't want it leaking coolant and oil, and that's easy. Service it, but the check engine light can just stay on for that. But I'm thinking I might do a manual transmission conversion, because this RKX Tech has an amazing kit, which is mostly OEM parts, and you don't have to take the transmission out. You don't have to take the clutch out.
Wow.
I mean, there's some labor involved, and then they help you with the ECU tuning and all that stuff as far as reflashing it. Seems like a fun thing to do on a Hoopty R8, right?
Yeah, maybe while it's all apart, we may be able to get to these catalytic converters easier. I don't know. We'd have to see.
I don't think so, because the transmission's on the way back, at least what I was looking at. But
yeah.
I know you want to do that job, and Daniel really wants to do that job.
Yeah.
He wants to pull engines on everything, but this one's a Hoopty. I can just let it ride.
When you get tired of it, you might let me know.
Okay. You're still licking your wounds from the Touareg, but okay. Speaking of never-ending projects, was there plenty here? There's another one at the Car Ninjas. The flooded clown shoe is apparently it's worse. So Johnny told me to come by.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Ninja. Hello.
I have a surprise for you.
Yeah, I see you've got door panels off and trying to get lights off for the electrical stuff on all this flood salvage goodness here on the clown shoe. So what's going on? Oh, what's that?
Well, this is your ding dong.
No, that's not my ding dong. That's that's the BMW's.
Yes.
So that makes the warning buzzer.
The chime,
okay.
Yeah. But look what I found.
Oh, you found some Florida salt water.
Yep. Still.
Yummy.
I mean, it's like soaked.
So what should we do?
You just have to dry it out. One way or another, you know. You can keep it like this because there is sensors for your airbag.
Yeah.
And for your ABS, for your traction control, both of them.
So how much work is it to pull the carpet? A lot?
I mean, we're almost halfway there. I don't know about the heater control, but it's quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
And that's your airbag module too.
That's what we needed to replace.
Yeah, that's how high the water got.
Very clear water line. Yeah, very clear water line right there. On, was this the blower motor cage or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, HVAC, yes.
Yep. So just right there.
We can try vacuuming it out.
Yeah, it just has that insulation foam on the floor that's soaking it all up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yuck. All right. The song that never ends, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
As long as you're having fun.
Sure.
Well, now I know why this rate was dumped at auction in California, the catalytic converters, which in California you have to pass smog, and that wouldn't pass smog, so it got dumped and dumped on me. But I am the happiest person to get dumped on since the Two Girls, One Cup, I suppose. That is highly inappropriate, but of the era, I suppose, actually matching the Audi R8. So I'm going to enjoy this car mostly as is, fix the obvious leaks, and it took a while to get that image out of my head 15 years ago, and now it's gonna take a while again. Anyway, sorry about that. Thank you so much for watching.
Looks like this pipe goes in. It's leaking through an O-ring right here.
What does this pipe do? Is it for the dry sump? Kind of like a...
It's like oil.
Well, yeah, it's oil, but...
Let me do the taste. Yeah, that's antifreeze. Oh my, it's all these screws are wet.